The Bird and the Squirrel. Beautiful story. One day, a beautiful bird came looking for food. The bird looked around and saw a mango on a tree. It was a ripe mango. A squirrel was eating the mango. The bird came near the squirrel. The squirrel was afraid of the bird and went aside. The bird started eating the mango.
When you get your next big idea, say sparkly ketchup, Grammarly's tone suggestions can help pitch it with confidence to get your team on board.
Did you see her email?
Already called.
The bird and the squirrel. One day, a beautiful bird came looking for food. The bird looked around and saw a mango on a mango tree. It was a ripe mango. A squirrel was eating that mango. The bird came near the squirrel. The squirrel was afraid of the bird and went aside. The bird started eating the mango. The bird saw the squirrel was looking sad. "Come, squirrel, let's both eat the mango," said the bird. Squirrel was very happy. The bird and the squirrel ate the mango happily. Moral of the story is, share everything equally with others is the best way of the life. Thanks for watching.
Join Kids Hat family. Let's pick James in our team for the hockey match. He's strong. But I think we must pick Johnny because he seems to be smarter. What does intelligence have to do in a hockey match? It's not a math test. You require intelligence as well as strength for any sport, boys. But the most important value is of intelligence. You must play smart in order to win. I don't understand, Tia. Yes, Tia. Can you explain it better? Okay, let me tell you a story. Yes, please. Yay, story time. The Crows and the Snake. Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a huge banyan tree. On this tree, a pair of crows named Charlie and Clara resided with their young ones. One day, a snake wandered to the tree looking for a home. He found a burrow right under the banyan tree and resided therein. "Clara, look, a snake has come to live in our tree. We must be careful." I agree, Charlie. Snakes can be dangerous, especially for our babies. We must find a way to protect them. Charlie and Clara went out in search of food, leaving their babies in the nest. When they returned, their babies were missing. "Oh no, our babies are gone. What could have happened?" "The snake must have eaten them. We must do something to stop this." A few months later, Clara hatched more eggs, and this time Charlie went out to find food while Clara stayed in the nest. I must be vigilant this time. That snake won't get away with harming our young ones again. The snake, ignoring Clara's presence, slithered up the tree and attacked the babies. "Help! Charlie! The snake is here again!" Charlie heard Clara's cry and flew back to the nest with the other crows. "We won't let him harm our babies again." The crows tried to fight the snake, but it was too powerful. The snake retreated into his hole after eating the babies. "We can't let this continue, Clara. We need to seek help." I agree, Charlie. Let's go to the wise fox. She might have a solution. So Charlie and Clara flew to the place of the wise fox and explained their problem. "Ah, my dear crows, I understand your predicament. I have a plan that might help you. Please tell us, wise fox. We are desperate for a solution. Tomorrow morning, go to the river where the royal family's ladies bathe. They keep their jewelry on a tray. Pick up a necklace from the tray and the guards will chase you." "But how will that help us?" "You drop the necklace into the snake's hole, and when the guards see the snake,
they will take care of him to retrieve the necklace.
That's a clever plan, Fox. The next morning, Charlie and Clara flew to the riverbank. Clara picked up a necklace and Charlie made loud noises to attract the guards' attention. The guards, seeing the crows with the necklace, chased them back to the banyan tree.
Get that necklace back. Don't let those crows escape.
As the guards reached the tree, the crows dropped the necklace into the snake's hole.
Stay away from my home. Look, a snake. We must protect ourselves. Attack it.
The guards used their sticks and swords to kill the snake and retrieve the necklace. Charlie and Clara, watching from a distance, were relieved and grateful.
Thank you, Fox. Your plan worked perfectly.
We are forever grateful for your help.
Intelligence is greater than strength, my dear crows. Remember that always.
From that day on, Charlie, Clara, and their young ones lived happily on the banyan tree, safe from the snake's harm. I now understand what you were trying to tell us, Tia. Thank you. Thanks, Tia, for such an important lesson. I'm glad, boys. From now on, you must remember that intelligence is greater than strength. We will always keep that in mind. For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Hut family. Subscribe here. Join Kids Hut family.
Tia and Tofu are going on a school trip while traveling in the bus.
I am so excited, Tia. This is my first school camp. It'll be so much fun.
Tofu, I know you are excited, but you should remember what parents told us. We have to be safe and careful throughout.
Tia, I am a big boy, and this is my first adventure. I'll be cautious throughout, I promise. I am so happy we are going together. La 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 la.
It's a camp, Tofu, so I don't want you wandering around alone at all. We'll have lots of fun, but we'll stick together and be like a team. Like Batman and Robin, like Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel? I haven't seen that movie.
It's not a movie, little one. It's a story of two siblings, just like us. I think this is the best time for me to tell you this story. So, sit tight. Hansel and Gretel. Once, a poor woodcutter had a son and a daughter named Hansel and Gretel. One day, they get an evil stepmother. One night, the stepmother tells the woodcutter,
The kids eat too much. We'll be starving soon. So let's leave the children in the forest and get rid of them.
"What are you saying? No!" But the wife was very persistent, and she kept talking until he was convinced. Hansel overhears their conversation. So that night, Hansel goes out and collects shiny white stones.
We'll find our way back home. Stop crying, Gretel. Hansel, tomorrow we are going to die. What do we do? Don't worry, we will survive. Good night, Gretel.
Hansel hides the stones and sleeps. The next morning, the stepmother takes the kids to the forest. Hansel keeps dropping stones on the ground, thinking, we can follow these stones home.
Children, wait by this big tree. Just sit quietly here, and I'll be back to get you.
But she never comes back to get them.
Let's wait for nightfall, Gretel. I dropped a trail of white stones all the way here. So, with the moonlight shining on them, we could get back home. I am so scared.
So at night, Hansel and Gretel follow the shiny stones out of the forest. The stepmother was secretly angry. A few days later, the stepmother again tricks the children.
Let's go have a picnic in the forest. Here, take this bread to eat later. We'll go in the morning.
This time, the stepmother locked their room at night, and so Hansel couldn't pick up any shiny stones. Next morning, on their way to the forest, Hansel crumbled his bread and left a trail of crumbs instead. Deep in the forest.
This looks like a good spot. You both can take a nap here while I go and cut some wood.
Hansel and Gretel knew she wouldn't come back again. They slept. And waited for nightfall again. When they woke up, the birds and wild animals had eaten up all the crumbs.
Now we will never find our way home. I am so upset for us, Gretel. Hansel, don't lose hope. Let's walk and maybe we find our home.
After walking the entire day, they find a small house.
Look there! A cookie house! Wow! Oh, the house is made of chocolate with a roof of cake and sugar windows. Come, come!
The hungry children didn't even stop to think.
I want a big piece of the cake roof. Yum!
Suddenly, they hear a voice.
Children, come inside. You seem hungry. I'll make you yummy food right now.
The lady was an evil witch. The kids go in the house with her.
It's a trap. I like to eat kids. I made this house to lure you in. Now I'll fatten the boy up and make a tasty treat for myself.
Her eyes were red. She had terrible eyesight, but a good sense of smell. She locks Hansel in a cellar. She makes Gretel do all the housework, all the chores. Hansel and Gretel cried and begged, but she had no mercy on them.
Come on, girl. Cook something delicious for your brother. He should be fat enough to be cooked by the end of this month.
A week passed. Hansel ate delicious food, while Gretel was always hungry. Every morning, the old witch went to Hansel's cellar and shouted,
Show me your fingers, boy. Let me check how much fatter you've gotten.
but Hansel would always stick out a little bone for her to feel, because the witch couldn't see very well. She was furious that Hansel was staying so thin. One day, she lost her patience and shouted at Gretel,
I don't care anymore. I'll cook thin Hansel today and eat him anyhow. And start the oven.
Gretel had no choice, and she started doing what the evil witch told her.
Now get in and see if the water is boiling enough. How can I get inside the oven? Please show me so that I can check the water. Stupid girl. What is wrong with you? It's so easy. Look, you just need to step here and...
Gretel cleverly pushed the old woman in the oven and shut the door. The vicious witch burned to a crisp. Gretel rushed to the cellar and set Hansel free.
Hansel, my dear brother, the witch is dead. Now let's run out of here and find find our home.
How happy they were! While running out of the house, they saw wooden chests all over in the witch's room. They were filled with gems and gold. The children filled their pockets with as many gems as possible and left the house. Hansel and Gretel walked for a few hours when they got to a bridge that they knew well and was close to their house.
Look! Father! Father!
Hansel and Gretel could finally see their father at the porch, looking miserable because his wife had died.
My dearest children, I'm so happy you both are alive. I am sorry for letting you go.
The three hugged, and precious gems started to fall out of Gretel's pockets. Both the children emptied their pockets in their father's lap. They told their father about the evil witch and how they got her treasure.
Oh my God, I am happy my kids came back safe. I will never leave you alone now.
Finally, they could have a carefree life and lived together, happily ever after.
Ooh, witches are scary. We are about to reach the forest camp very soon. Don't leave my hand when we go hiking in the forest. I want us to be like Hansel and Gretel. I promise not to go anywhere alone. Does this forest have a cookie house or a witch, Tia?
Tofu, it's just a story. Hansel and Gretel shared an adventure like a team. Don't worry about any witch. It's just a camp. I hope we find a cookie house like Hansel and Gretel.
Cookie house, yum! That sounds wow! I am hungry now. Give me the chocolates from the bag, Tia, please.
Look at that man, Tia. He looks so scary. I wouldn't want to be around him. That is not a nice thing to say, Tofu. Just because he scares you doesn't mean he's not kind and caring. Let me tell you a story of the Beauty and the Beast. The Beauty and the Beast. Belle lived in a village with her father Morris, who was an inventor. One morning, as she was returning from the market, a hunter named Gaston stopped her. Gaston was an arrogant young man. Everybody in the village knew he always got what he wanted. But no one ever dared stand up against him because his father was the village head. The only person who paid no attention to Gaston was Belle. But Gaston was obsessed with her and wanted to marry her.
Belle, let me walk you home.
Oh, Gaston, no, thank you. I can go home myself.
I insist. I have to talk to your father about something important too.
Belle continued walking, ignoring Gaston, who started walking with her. Once home, Belle quickly went inside.
Morris, come out. I have to talk to you. What is it? It is your lucky day. I am going to marry Belle. You have lost your mind. Go away, Gaston. Belle is never going to marry you.
Just then, there was a loud explosion in Morris's lab, and he took off towards it. Belle also ran towards her father's lab. Seeing that there was no one he could push around, Gaston left. Papa, are you all right?
I have done it, Belle. My experiment was successful. I am leaving for the fair in the nearby village immediately. You will see, my child. People are going to love this.
And so Morris leapt on his horse Philip and rode off. But as he was crossing the forest, he got lost. After a few hours, Philip and he landed in front of a huge, lonely castle. There was no one in sight, so Morris tied Philip to a pole at the entrance and went inside the castle. It was pitch dark inside. A few candles were lit in the corners.
Hello? Is anyone here? I am lost. Can you help me?
A large shadow came across the wall. As it came into light, Morris saw that it was not a man, but a huge, angry beast with an ugly scar across his face.
How dare you enter my castle? You need help? I will help you. I'm sorry. I will leave immediately.
And Morris started running back the way he had come. But the beast got him and started dragging him. He took him down the staircase and locked him in the dungeon.
Please let me go. Please let me go. You will stay here forever. This dungeon is your world now.
A whole day had passed and Morris hadn't returned. Belle got worried and decided to go to the nearby village to look for her father. But she too got lost in the forest and landed up at the same castle. Philip was still there, tied to the pole. Belle decided to go inside, just in case her father was there. Hello? Papa? Anybody here?
How dare you enter my castle? Get out right away before I lock you in the dungeon too.
Suddenly, the beast moved out of the shadows and stood in front of Belle. She was terrified of him, but dared not run. Somewhere from far away, she could hear another voice. It was her father.
Please, please let me go. Let me go, please. Open this door. Let me go, please.
Do you have my father? Can you please let him go?
Hey, what are you saying?
I will stay instead of him. Please let him go. Hearing this, the beast took Belle's hand and dragged her up the stairs. He led her into a huge room.
So be it. Your father is free, and you shall be my prisoner forever.
And so it was. No matter how much Morris protested, the beast threw Morris out of the castle and into the forest with Philip. When dinner time came, Belle did not join the beast for dinner. Instead, she stayed in her room crying. The beast entered her room and said,
If you are going to stay in this castle, you have to follow its rules. You are expected at dinner. Don't you dare miss it next time.
You are a monster! You didn't even let me see my father one last time! Go away! I hate you! Seeing Belle heartbroken, the beast felt bad. He pulled out a hand mirror from his coat and gave it to her. In the mirror, she would be able to see whomever she wanted to see at that moment. Belle looked into the mirror and saw her father finally leaving from the castle and riding into the forest. But to her horror, she saw he and Philip had suddenly been attacked by a pack of wolves. She gave out a loud cry and ran downstairs out of the castle gates and towards her father. Soon, she found herself and her father Morris surrounded by ferocious wolves. Just as the wolves were about to attack Belle, a large paw grabbed one of them by the neck and threw it away. The wolves now turned on the beast, who had decided to follow Belle and help her save her father. The beast scared them off, but not before they had bit into his arm and injured Morris too. He put Morris on Philip, who took off riding as soon as his master was secure. The beast tried to walk towards the castle, but fainted and fell. He woke up 2 days later to find Belle sitting by his bedside in his room. The wounds on the arm had been bandaged.
You didn't go?
Bird and the
You are
squirrel
awake.
feels
I hope you're
thirsty.
feeling better. Thank you for saving our
One
lives.
day, a beautiful bird came looking for
Over
food.
the next few days, Belle nursed the beast
bird looked
back to
around
health.
and saw a mango on a tree. It was a ripe mango.
As they spent time together, Belle realized that he wasn't as mean as he appeared to be the first day they had met.
The squirrel
In turn,
was
the
afraid
beast
of the bird
learned to change
went
his
aside.
ways and
The
became
bird started
gentler
eating
and
the
kinder.
mango. The bird saw the squirrel was looking at her
Soon
side.
they became very good
Come,
friends.
squirrel, let's
One
both
day,
eat this
Belle
mango.
asked the beast
Said the
if she
bird.
could see her father in the mirror.
Squirrel
The beast
was
agreed
very
and
happy.
gave her the mirror.
The bird and the squirrel
In the mirror,
ate the mango
Belle saw
happily.
all the villagers storming her house. They thought that Morris had gone mad and wanted to send him to the doctor. Nobody believed him when he kept insisting that Belle had been kept as a prisoner by a beast. Worried about her father, Belle requested if she could go to the village for a day just to save her father. And though the beast knew that she might never return, he agreed.
Go, but take this mirror with you. In case you ever want to see me.
Once Belle reached her house, she stood between her father and the villagers and tried to explain the truth. But the angry mob, led by Gaston, who wanted revenge from Morris and Belle for turning his wedding proposal down, wouldn't listen. Gaston grabbed Belle's hand and tried to get her out of the way. As she struggled to free herself, the beast's mirror fell out of her pocket. In it was the beast, looking right at them all.
Goodness! She's shown the beast the way to the village. We must go and kill him before he comes here.
The angry mob started marching towards the castle with fire torches and swords. They left behind Morris and Belle locked up in their house. Soon they stormed the castle gates. Gaston went upstairs and challenged the beast to a fight. But the beast had had a change of heart. He did not wish to fight, so he came out of the balcony unarmed and tried to talk to the villagers. But Gaston wouldn't have it. He wanted to kill the beast, and so he attacked him. His sword pierced through the beast's stomach.
How about getting your shipping rates calculated in 30 seconds? How about quick quotes?
The bird and the squirrel. It was a ribbed mango. A squirrel was eating that mango. The bird came near the squirrel. The squirrel was afraid of the bird and went aside, eating the mango. The bird saw the squirrel was looking sad. Come, squirrel, let's both eat this mango. Said the bird. Squirrel was very happy. The bird and the squirrel ate the mango happily. Mango, said the bird. Squirrel was very happy. The bird and the squirrel ate the mango happily. Moral: share everything equally with others is the best way of the life. Thanks for watching.
The bird and the squirrel. Mango, said the bird. Squirrel was very happy. The bird and the squirrel ate the mango happily. Moral of the story is share everything. Squirrel was very happy. The bird
Delete all the words that are not required. Use less words.
The